Hi, I was addicted to football, and this was how I broke free from my addiction to football. So what happened was that in 1996, Nigeria won the Olympic gold in football at the Olympic Games in Atlanta 96. And I became so passionate about football. You know, we had that team that had Kanu Nwankwo, Daniela Mokachi, Celestine Babayaro, Austin Okocha. You had Uche Okechukwu, Taribo West, Dosu Joseph, Mobi Okparaku. You know, that Sunday Olise was there. You know, that great team. You had Tijani Babangida and so on and so forth. So it was a great team, Emmanuel Amunike and all that. And I became passionate about football. And then, of course, I started watching the English Premiership, you know, Newcastle United, Alan Shearer, Les Ferdinand, Kip Gillespie, David Ginola, you know. So I was a Newcastle fan. Then when Kanu Nwankwo joined Arsenal, I now moved from Newcastle to Arsenal. I was passionate about football. Imagine one day I was sleeping, I was fast asleep, and my mother came into the room. I can't remember, but she said that, Komi, do you know you were sleeping and you were talking in your sleep? And guess what you were saying, Komi? You were saying, Taribo, why can't you pass the ball to Kanu? Hi there. Once upon a time in my life, I was addicted to football. I was able to break my football addiction. Then I was addicted to carbonated soft drinks. I was able to break that addiction to carbonated soft drinks. Then I was able to start new patterns in my life, consistent patterns like learning voraciously, memorizing. I eventually memorized 10 books of the Bible, over 10 books of the Bible by the grace of God. I am facilitating a training where I want to show you how to break free from negative patterns, limiting habits, overcome limiting beliefs, start new habits, build it, and then build a life that you desire, create a life that you desire, and build good positive patterns. I'm also facilitating a training on how individuals become institutions, where I show you how individuals built institutions and how they were able to use harsh economic climates and recessions to their advantage. It's a training for anybody that wants to excel in any area of your life. Right now, you can see the flyers and the QR code on your screen. I look forward to seeing you there. God bless you. Do have an amazing day, and back to the video. I was so obsessed with football that while I was still in secondary school, I became a journalist. I was interviewing coaches. I was having one-on-one with coaches like Fani Amu. When I got into university, I started interviewing sports ministers, presidents of the Nigerian Tennis Federation. You know, I was already writing for Comment newspapers, which is now The Nation. So I was really into football. I was already even writing on other sports like tennis, writing on athletics and boxing, but it was an addiction. I was addicted to football. Now, when I formed my company, my consulting company, I was like, this football, what is it adding to your consulting? If you want to be a great consultant, you can't be spending like up to 10 hours every week watching football. So you watch Premiership, maybe 4 hours on Saturday. On midweek, Champions League, you watch another 4 hours, then plus commentary and all that, maybe like 10 hours. So I was like, you can't continue like this. So how was I able to break free from my addiction to football? This is it. Like I said, you don't break habits, you replace habits. You don't break habits. That's the golden rule. You have to find a suitable replacement. So, but let me share my story with you. So the Holy Spirit just, gave me this insight that when you are watching Arsenal, use the power of the tongue. When you are watching Arsenal, you are excited. So when at emotive point, your words are more powerful. When you are watching Arsenal, begin to just declare that I'm more passionate. I have more passion for my craft, for my work. I have more passion for my consulting than I have for football. So I'll just begin to declare, man, I love my consulting job. I love my research. I love what I do. I'm passionate about this more than anything. I'll just be declaring. Even though I'm watching football, you'll see my mouth moving, I'll be declaring it. So this went on and on. Then after a while, a thought just came to my mind, and I believe it's the Holy Spirit. I just say, you know what, must you watch a match from the first minute to the end of the match? Join the match, starts 10 minutes into the match. So I will join 10 minutes into the game. And then after that, the Holy Spirit just minister, must you start 10 minutes into the game? Why not 20 minutes into the game? So I'll go 20 minutes into the game. And I continued. Then after a while, the Holy Spirit suggested to me, must you watch this first half and the second half? I just watch the second half alone. So I'll go and watch the second half alone. And after a while, I was able to break free. I was able to break free from that addiction. So I was able to start gradually, and that's the key to breaking addiction. So it's not a dash, it's a marathon. So you can begin to do it gradually, little by little. What did I replace it with? Of course, I replace it with, if I'm going to join in 10 minutes into the game, or 20 minutes or 45 minutes into the game, in that 10 minutes or 45 minutes, whichever it is, I'll be studying, thinking, I'm working on my craft. I'm trying to be the best consultant I could possibly be, trying to be the best version of myself, just researching. And after a while, it got to the point that even during World Cups, In the last 3 World Cups, I don't think I've watched up to 4 matches in the last 3 World Cups altogether. Altogether. Whether it's Nigeria playing or France or Germany, England, I don't watch. So that's the way you can break free. So the two key rules: number one, you don't break habits, you replace habits. Secondly, it is not a dash, it's a marathon. You have to be patient. You have to start. I didn't start by saying I'm not watching. I started by, okay, I'll watch only from the 10th minute. I started by watching 10 minutes less, from 10 minutes less to 20 minutes less, 20 minutes less to 45 minutes less, and then I continued. It took a while. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't do it in 2 weeks. It took about 3 months to just totally break free. And then even in that 3 months, I would watch the highlights. So after the game, I would watch, okay, did Arsenal win or lose? And thank God Arsenal was losing at that time. It was difficult for Arsenal to win. Last days of Arsene Wenger, when Arsenal still had all those players like Hector Bellerin, Koscielny, when we're not really winning, like that. So, but I'll watch the highlights. But then it got to a point that the highlights didn't even interest me at all. Whether Arsenal wins or loses, or I won't even watch the highlights at all. So you see that it's a journey. You keep on building, and the more you build, you get better you get at it. God bless you. I look forward to you sharing your testimony with me. God will give you victory. The Holy Spirit will empower you to break free from every habit you need to break free from. The way He helped me to break free from several habits, He will help you. I would rejoice with you. You will share your testimony with me and the rest of the world, and you will go from glory to glory. God bless you. Do have an amazing day, and bye for now.